Okay.
Yeah. What
We're
up, people of the planet Earth?
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
And Macawi couldn't be more excited.
We're so back, and I'm so excited.
And I'm just kind of here. Like, I'm just kind of getting through it as opposed to thoroughly excited. I'm kidding, people. This is so much fun, and
You're an asshole, man.
I know. I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring you down so I could bring it right back up.
Set the bar low. Smart.
Hit it easily. Jump over it easily. Is that what
Giggity.
happens? Got it.
Yeah. I totally just heard I'm breathing through my nose right into the microphone, and I heard it.
See?
I'm like, oh God.
You just got to get like 3 inches away, and
Yeah, you're right. All
pretty
right. I'm gonna stay right here.
nice and straight spine, just the way your chiropractor likes it.
Is chiropractic? Is it a legit thing? Is it legit? I've
like,
heard some people say like, it's not really.
I mean, there are alignments to the spine and things that screw up your back really easily, so it's good to not have bad habits as far as sitting and laying down and stuff goes.
Yeah, no, you're right. But like, I'm talking about in terms of like,
Are they real doctors?
not that.
Because they're definitely not.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about like in terms of
It's like a weekend certificate kind of thing.
Yeah, like a spa day.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like the field as a whole. Is it legit?
Yes, it is legitimate.
Because I know some aspects of it are, but
yeah, but I mean, as soon as you get into like the acupuncture and nonsense like that, that's when it comes into nonsense. Which I'm probably insulting a lot of cultures right now, but
I don't know very much about acupuncture.
right? It's just needles, and needles freak me out. Like,
Oh.
it's really not even a physical needle; it's the thought of needles. The first thing that comes to my head when I think of needles is there's one of the saws is they're stuck in a house and there's this like poisonous gas released.
Yeah.
And they have to get these like glowing green syringes of serum that are like antidote to the whatever they were exposed to.
Yeah.
And so one of the syringes just happens to be at the bottom of a pit of used syringes.
Ooh.
And so this big black dude picks up this little white girl and just chucks her into the pit. And that is my nightmare. That is like my worst nightmare. Being chucked into a pit of just open used syringes.
Ooh, HIV for days.
Right?
Ooh, no.
Just every imaginable disease. And the fact that something can just pierce your skin and you be fine, like as easily as needles do, it's a frightening thought that makes my skin crawl. So I think we should move past it. I don't know why you brought it up in the first place, but
I mean, I don't mind needles. They're okay. They make me feel better because of the medicine, I guess.
when I'm in the doctor's office, it's no big deal. But otherwise, it's just terrifying.
I mean, in what other situation are you exposed to needles besides the doctor's? Let's break that down, Jonathan.
I mean, my heroin addiction's kind of one of the many facets of needles in my life.
We're unpacking
There's that.
John
There's the
Shirk.
steroids. There's the what else can I
Other
inject into my
opiates.
body? Yeah, the opiates directly to the eyeball.
The marijuana. You could probably inject.
Yeah, I just suck it up in the syringe, just like after I grind it up, and then I just directly into the bloodstream.
Ooh, that must hurt like none other.
Just dry powder being shoved into your veins.
Oof. Let's get past that. That's making
I
me
like that idea
uncomfortable.
too. So McCowie,
Yeah.
tell me what you've been up to these last 6 months. I'm just kidding.
6 months.
It has not
It's actually
that
been
long.
13 months.
13. It feels like it. It feels like an
actually
eternity.
1 year anniversary of not doing this podcast. Okay. What have I been up? I don't know, man. Just school and work and more school and more work and lots and lots of television.
Of course, it wouldn't be McCowie if it wasn't filled with television.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be. Not it. You're not it. You're you.
How dare you?
I apologize. Just came out, man.
You're an asshole.
I know.
But
That's why they love me. I speak my mind.
who's they?
The world.
I don't know about that. Just kidding. That's mean. Oops. Move. Ah, dang it. Okay.
That's what you get for having an iPhone.
All right. Anyway, what have I been up to? Was that what you asked?
I mean, kind of.
Well, what did you ask?
And I
You
feel like
say that a little louder to the
I
microphone.
said I don't remember.
Ooh, very professional of you.
I know, right?
Is that you fucking up our podcast?
5 minutes into the podcast, I just forget things I've said a minute ago. I was kind of just getting at what have you been doing with your life? And I think you pretty much answered it with work and school and work and school and work and school and television.
It's literally just that, dude. Like, I'm not a very interesting person outside of that stuff.
See, but the thing is, you are, because you go have coffee with exotic women and gamble in the fanciest of casinos.
I
You're
wish.
not telling the people the whole truth, McCowie.
You know, quite honestly, if you would have said that to like me like a few years ago, I'd be like, no, I'm a good boy. You say that to me now, I'm like, damn, that sounds like a way more interesting life than I actually live, and I'd much rather be doing that. Because essentially, what you're saying is, I'm the Dos Equis man.
Yes,
I'm
most
the
interesting man in the world.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Yes,
But I'm not.
see, but you drink better beer than that guy does, so it's okay. I'm just kidding. You don't like beer, right?
I don't really care for alcohol.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. You and your anti-lush feelings. I don't know. Me being who I am, I polish off a bottle of wine or two a night, and that's just me. Because, you know, it's better.
Problem.
It's better down the bottle.
Uh-oh. Do we need to break down what's bothering you, John?
I mean, the first step is admitting I have a problem, and I haven't gotten there yet, so I don't think so.
Well, let me take that step for you. You have a problem. Step 2.
Is it the drugs or the alcohol? Because I think it could be one or the other, but not both.
Not both. Well, that's interesting.
Right.
Step 2 is what? Denial?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing as an alcohol or drug dependence.
John, what's the longest river in the world?
The Amazon?
No.
Oh.
It's actually it's the river in my home country. Denial. Denial River.
Such a lame joke, but I love it.
Well, that's one opinion.
Got it. So is it just the longest because it's like part in your country, or is it good majority of you in your country?
It actually. So what happens is,
because I didn't know they just picked up a river and moved it to America.
What?
I don't know. You said your country, and I think we're in America. Do you not consider America to be
No,
your country?
I said my home country.
Is this not your home country?
No, I was born in Sudan.
I know that, but I mean, like, what defines home country? Because you consider your home to be in this country.
That's when I say my country. Home country to me is literally where I hail from. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just trying to clear up the vagueness of the term home country.
You're right. It's very vague. What I meant to say. Okay. Welcome to Macaui's world. When I say home country, it specifically means in my head my country of origin. When I say my country, that's my home.
Got it.
So my home country is Sudan. My country is America. America's my home. I lived here more than... math is hard. Did you hear that car?
Yeah.
Vroom.
It's all your mic pointing in that direction.
Yeah.
See, what about the people like me who home country and country are one and the same?
Yeah, because multi-generational. I'm like first generation immigrant.
It's true.
Hold on. Like my parents moved here when I was 3, so I'm not a natural born citizen.
Are you first generation or you? Because I always thought first generation was like the one after the initial.
Oh, so it would be like if I had kids in the future, they'd be first. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm zero generation.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. You might be first generation. I might just be completely lost as far as words go.
I mean, it just means that just the definition is off. But yeah.
So
technically, I'm an immigrant, but
are you concerned for the coming National Guard to your door to take you back from whence you came?
So, I'm a citizen, and so is my family, but I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't a little worried, because Sudan is actually on the list of countries that
is it really?
The government is
And is this a long list that a lot of countries are a part of, or did they single you out? Yeah, okay.
It's 7 countries, very specific countries. I know people who've like there's this one girl, I don't know her personally, but there was this one girl, she's Sudanese girl in Texas, and her grandma, who has like a visa, was coming back to visit him, and she got detained in the airport, and that got me. I was like, oh God, yeah, we're citizens, so rationally, I
have nothing to fear.
Nothing to fear. It's uncertain times for people like me.
Well, I mean, a lot of fears aren't rational, like my fear of clowns, for example. Just nothing reasonable about it other than the murders that they've all committed. But other than that, just no reason. They're just bringers of joy into this world.
Yeah, clowns are just
and
a weird
you
thing.
Can just shut your mouth.
But what was I gonna say?
Fearful for your
the definition of home country.
Yes.
So say I was first generation by the definition we said. Like my parents were brought here when they were young. They were raised here, and then they had me here. then I would say my home country and my country are the same.
Right.
But considering I was born outside the U.S., that's how I define it. That's why when people say, where are you from, I say both.
Okay.
I never say one or the other.
Really?
Yeah, just because, generally speaking, if it's somebody that's just saying, like, you know, someone that just wants to move a conversation along, to be like, oh, so where are you from? That's when I say I'm from Aurora, Colorado.
Yeah.
But if it's someone, like, generally wanting to know about me, then I say both. So originally from Sudan, but I've been living here since I was a little kid. And I feel like that rounds me out more as a person, so that they kind of understand my
Yeah, and being in
world
college,
standing.
it's something that comes up a lot because everyone's from everywhere, and so like in my case, it's kind of hard because I'm from Colorado, and they're like, "Oh, do you go back? Like, how far away do your parents live?" And I'm just like, very far away, considering they moved away after my sophomore year of college,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh,
and so now they're in Texas.
pretty
So it's
recent.
like, am I a Texan? No.
No.
But my parents are, and everyone's just like, "Oh, so you're Texan, not Texan." I'm just like, I'm from here. They moved there. They're the foreigners, strangers in a strange land.
Wait,
Not me.
but 3 years in a new place, does that make you officially of that place?
I think it depends on the state. Like, because I know for Colorado to get in-state tuition, you have to be here for at least a year.
Oh, I thought it was 5 years.
That might be it too.
Oh.
But
I know 5 years is for citizenship. Never mind.
is
Okay,
that
yeah,
really
right.
how long it takes?
Yeah, it
Wow.
takes 5 years from when you get here on the green card. So,
Cool.
so
Luckily.
technically they are Texans then now.
I guess. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. To
They
me,
don't have the accent though, so I don't know if they can actually claim that.
it's the accent or like the dialect, the accent, or like familiarity to the core of one's surroundings. That's what qualifies someone to be of that place, in my opinion. So like if I had been, that's why I don't call Sudan my country, because I've only been there like a total of about 5 years in my entire life if you add up all the times we've went back.
Right.
I call it my home country. It's not my country because I'm not familiar with it like the people that live there.
Right.
America's my country because I'm familiar with here more than anything else. I don't know, man.
I feel like we're going on a tangent.
Yeah, we're 12 minutes in, man.
12 minutes. All right.
Well, I found out how to get the clock on
Ooh.
GarageBand.
That makes it so much better.
So now we don't have
I
to
don't know
measure
what
by
a beat
bars.
is. Yeah, barred beats. Anyway, we have topics that we want to bring to your folks' attention.
Yeah.
Many of those are of the dorky in nature. And we just thought that today would be a good day to finally get our act together and let you people know what we think.
How long has it been?
I have no
Was that
idea.
my phone ruining the podcast?
It was your phone ruining the podcast.
Shit.
Would you like me to check when our last podcast went up? Because I feel like I actually want to know.
I really want to know too.
All right.
Because I kind of feel a little disappointed in ourselves. Mostly me, because I feel like I was the reason we haven't been recording.
Well, I mean, it's like you come over. I'm like, hey, let's watch a couple things beforehand, and then we just get so tired and hungry that we just can't think straight enough to actually have a podcast.
Yeah.
So 2 months ago. So not that bad.
Wow.
It is not that bad. It feels like forever because this is one of the great joys in my life.
Yeah.
But
you're right.
other than that, I think we should just... You good? You good, Mr. Toss my phone on the table?
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Ooh, the audio just spiked.
On your end, not mine.
All right, I'll stop.
Maybe,
All right.
I don't know.
So, what are we talking about, Jonathan?
We are talking about
Powerless.
Powerless. We are talking Lego Batman, the movie. We are
Ooh.
talking... I can't even read what that
DC
says.
Rebirth Super Sons.
Super Sons. That's the one I couldn't read.
Legion.
Super Sons, Legion. And
What else?
what?
What else?
Pokemon Go.
Ooh.
Gen 2.
What else?
Is that...
Keep talking.
Oh yeah, Suicide Squad extended cut. We finally got around to it. I did.
I didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember actually asking you if you watched it. Yeah, so that's things in my life that I've done
Yeah.
since we've recorded, which it feels like a lot, but at the same time I don't remember a lot of it because there's so much, and you know, human brain can only fit so much,
There's so much TV.
right?
Okay, you know that podcast we both listen to?
I do.
Only Stupid Answers?
Yes, sir.
You know Sam on that podcast, how he was just like, the other episode, he was just complaining about like how there's so much.
Yeah.
I felt that so much. I'm like, it's...
But I feel like he has so much more
exhausting.
time than we do. Because we both have jobs in school where he has a job where it's his job to know these things and actually look into them and research them.
That's a dope ass job. Can we
Right?
just pause and say that?
And the fact that he didn't graduate college to get it.
That's pretty awesome.
He's just like
He's doing what he loves.
internship that turned into. And how many comics he reads? He is a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Like just reading all of Saga in a matter of a couple months.
Not even a couple months.
Was it really like
Like
weeks?
literally a handful of weeks.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
How many weeks can you fit in a hand?
Depends on the day. If it's really cold out.
It took a weird turn.
Right there.
So, yeah, we were just discussing our affinity for people who don't have to do anything other than read comic books and watch TV, because that's the dream, the American dream.
You know.
I do.
You know.
I really do. Our mental telepathy is just on point today,
It is.
and I hate myself that I just used the term on point.
What's wrong with that term?
It's like on fleek.
On fleek is weirder. That's why.
It's weird, but
on
it's
point
just,
is like.
yeah. I just
Like if you had that needle that you're so scared of. Call back.
just right into that vein.
All right, let's kick it off, man.
All right, so
I've had enough of catching up.
okay.
All right,
Yeah, it's not like I got to
can't
talk about
stand
what
you.
I was up to, but it's whatever,
I can't stand you.
right?
Just kidding.
No, it's all good.
No. I was actually gonna
Right.
ask, what have you been up to?
Not a whole heck of a lot.
Let me talk about me.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh, okay. Let me talk about me.
Yeah.
Just living life, la vida loca-ish. And McCowie is apparently the most popular man in the world tonight.
No,
It is Friday night. His ladies are calling.
Again, man. You would have asked me. I wish.
Yeah, I just I've been doing a whole heck of a lot
Nice.
as far as school and work and having a cat that takes up a lot of my time. Just kidding. She's pretty self-caring and doesn't really need me for much.
You know what I noticed?
What's that?
She's when we let her around, when we allow her to be around the podcast recording center, because we're a radio station.
And now you've mentioned her, so she's gonna pipe up.
Damn it, she heard. I was about to compliment her, saying like, "Oh, when she's allowed, she's like, oh, okay, they're doing their thing. They're trying to make it, in Hollywood." I'm gonna take that back.
Yeah.
That sounded weird, but nah, she's being a meanie again. All right, go ahead. Sorry, you were saying
That, and then girlfriend. It's pretty great having a girlfriend, and I don't know what you're making faces.
wow.
Oh, of course, yeah, yeah. No, we do kiss, so that's hot and steamy. Let's get real weird today.
Talk a little more about it, John.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. My mom listens to this. She doesn't need to know any more than smooching. I'm just kidding, Mom. We hold hands. Sorry to keep that from you.
They hover hands. They don't even hold hands.
Yeah, it's just kind of like centimeters away because we leave room for Jesus.
Leave some room for the Holy Ghost. Ooh,
Are you making words today?
I mental fart right there because I was gonna say I just breathed into the mic again, but then I was like, wait, what's the past tense? Broth. I'm like, oh God. All right. What else is new in your life?
In my life, nothing at all. Just kind of I finally figured out how digital copies work because I'm an old man. I'm just kidding. I know how that worked. I just
Oh.
never took advantage of it.
No, like, what do you mean? Oh, digital copy, like movies.
Yeah, of movies.
Like Blu-rays. Okay.
So like I literally sat down for 4 hours and collected all the digital copies I had in my physical library.
Yeah.
And I added them to the cloud of movies.
Look at you.
And so I have so many now, and it's
Geek
great.
Squad.
Right. And killing it at my job.
Nice.
Pretty much indispensable. They can't fire me. They can try. They might have tried already. But yeah, that's my life, and I just think that is plenty about me. I think we should get into the nitty and the gritty.
No.
No. What more?
Talk
do you
more
wanna
about
know?
you.
What?
Talk more about you.
I don't have.
I
anything.
totally dominated the beginning of that, and I felt bad. I'm like, I don't talk about myself normally, but the moment somebody asks me about myself, the floodgates open.
And that's fair. That's a good way to go about it. That's why I just open up to everyone like that. I'm just like, hey, I'm John. This is my life, and then I just spill it.
Here are my inner fears and my dilemmas.
Social security numbers and all of that jazz.
Mm.
My life, I was super excited as of yesterday.
Yeah.
because it means something finally happened that I had an excuse to go hard on Pokemon Go again.
What was
And that
that?
was the dropping of Generation 2.
Did they fully drop it?
What?
They fully dropped it?
Yeah, they dropped it yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So far, the highlights have been the cheat to evolve your Eevee into Umbreon and Espeon, just like they had with the first ones. So you could
cheat?
like, yeah.
So it's not legit?
I mean, it's legit, but it's a. Is
that you ruining our podcast for the second time?
I mean, says the one with the phone that ruins stuff too.
You're right.
But yeah, it's in the first generation when they dropped it, you were able to name your Eevee a certain name, and then when you evolved it, you got Flareon,
Yeah.
Jolteon,
And
and
then
Vaporeon.
Yeah.
Whereas now you get Umbreon and Espeon with Generation 2.
My favorite.
And yep, mine too. And yeah, so you got to name them 2 different things.
Is it Dusky and Morning Person?
Yep, Dusky and Morning Person. You heard it here, folks. That's how you get your Espeon and Umbreon. Umbreon is Morning Person. Espeon is Dusky. I'm totally kidding.
Oh, okay.
It would be the opposite, if anything. The actual
Go ahead and
names.
enter in that coupon code to evolve your Umbreon and Espeon to maximum level.
The actual ones are Tomeo, like
What?
tomato, but without the second T, for Umbreon.
Oh.
And Sakura,
Sakura.
like a Sakura. It didn't
Like
work.
a Sakura tree?
I
Like
was
a
gonna
Sakura
say
flower?
Security guard.
What joke of mine earlier did you have a problem with?
What?
What joke of mine did you have a problem with earlier in this podcast?
I don't remember. I've told you I don't have a great memory today, and I apologize.
You were
Calling you out.
calling me out on a very corny joke, as
It was
you
It
do.
was the denial.
The denial, and then you pull that bullshit. Screw you, man. All right, so
Yeah.
Sakura and Tomeo.
Tomeo.
Why Tomeo? Is that like a Japanese name?
I think both of them are from the anime, but I can't say with certainty that that's true because I pretty much stopped after Orange. What was it? The Orange Islands?
Oh, okay.
Because it was like Indigo League,
Yeah.
and then Orange Islands, and then Johto, and then so on and so forth.
Hoenn.
Yeah.
I loved Hoenn.
I really should watch Home.
That was actually really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, no joke. It's
Well, that's what everyone
legitimately
says about X and Y, and but it's because the animations come so far. Like they showed some scenes of like Charizard from Indigo League, and then they showed them next to Mega Charizard from X and Y, and it's just incredible the amount they've improved over the past 15, 20 years.
significantly. Well, the anime's been around since like what, 97? So like considering its quality when it first came out, it was Japan knew how to do animation since like the jump.
Exactly.
And they just been improving. I mean, I wouldn't say exponentially, but linearly, whereas America and the rest of the world had like Pixar, which was killing the game back then too, but
Yep.
they kind of hit like a plateau, I feel like.
I mean, it's just because they had such expedited growth initially.
Yeah.
I really need to be this close.
I
I mean, I see that I'm that loud and you're that loud.
I think because the gain on my microphone is like
I don't know what gain is other than in the gym.
dem gains. No, whoa, it's a cardioid. It's a cardioid microphone.
I don't know what that means.
Because I mean, I knew it was that shape, but now I'm like, now it all makes sense what cardioid means. So it's like the shape of like it's how sensitive it is.
Oh yeah.
So cardioid microphones essentially pick up audio in like a shape of a heart right in front of them, and that's where they're most sensitive. So that way they can block out sounds from like the sides a little
Got
more
it.
than
Okay.
here. Sorry,
Are we
off
going to
track.
be able to hear me on the podcast when we post this, though?
What's that?
I said, are you going to be able to hear me considering the volume difference?
Yeah, from me playing around with this microphone,
Yeah.
it's much more sensitive than that.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna have to lower this one anyway, and then raise that one.
Got it.
So
Okay.
it'll all
Balance
work
each
out.
other out.
As long as there's some kind of activity.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
Cool
The
beans.
adjustments will work out.
All right.
Cause yeah, mine has been peaking way too much.
It's because you're a loud mouth.
Okay, so yeah, animation. So Sakura, that's like the name of a tree, right, or a flower in Japan. So I guess that kind of. But why? Is it, oh, Tomeo, you said is a character in the anime. Is that what it is?
I think that's their names. Like, you know how Ash named. He didn't really give anyone nicknames, did he?
No. But it wouldn't make sense to give Espeon Sakura because it's literally a plant. It's a tree with the most beautiful flowers. You ever see like those pictures of like
I always thought those were bonsais.
No, like the ones with the pink flowers.
Oh, cherry blossoms.
Yeah, cherry blossoms are. Sakura is exactly a cherry blossom.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, so that's the fun part of the Gen 2 drop, and then they're just like spawning like none other. Like yesterday, I caught a Miltank.
Nice.
And this afternoon, before I got back home after getting food for my cat, who I forgot to feed, I found a pillow swine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before I found a Swinub, I found a pillow swine.
Jeez, that's pretty cool.
But the ones I'm most excited for are probably Steelix, because out of my 10K eggs, I hatched 4 Onyxes.
Oh, shit.
So I have Onyx candy out the butt. And
enough to evolve it?
Yes, but they introduced a new thing with this Gen 2 drop, and that is item required, as it was in the olden times.
Oh, like the steel coat?
The steel coat.
Or the metal coat or whatever the hell it is?
I think, yeah, metal coat probably. But, so for Skizor, you need a metal coat and 50 Skizor or Scyther candies. And then for a Steelix, you need 100 Onyx candies and a metal coat, which I have like 150 because
okay.
Dropping like nothing. But
they just need to find the metal coat.
Exactly, which are at the Pokestops.
Gotcha.
Huh.
So they've dropped the full roster of Johto Pokemon.
Yes, other than probably like, you know, Entei and Raikou. Favorite legendary dog?
Suicune.
Yeah.
No.
They're all so cool, so it's hard for me.
Those are 3, like, because you know how they always do like trios every season?
And it's not always successful.
It's not always successful.
But like the one generation that was just 3 psychics that were all pretty much identical.
Yeah, like those small pixie things. I didn't like those. I mean, they're cute, but they weren't
it's like
very cool.
3 different psychics. I need 3 psychics on my team? No, I'd rather have a super powerful fire, super powerful ice water, and super powerful
electric.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's tough with the 3. So I used to think there were 3 dogs, but then my brother was like, no, they're cats. And I was like, how? I mean, I know Entei kind of looks like a lion and Raikou kind of looks like a saber-toothed tiger, but I could have sworn in the anime they said dogs. Then we looked it up, and they're actually cats.
But they were... Okay, I was thinking about I think it was the Pokemon, the new anime they've been doing, like the just really short clips.
Oh, Origins?
Origins. They had one about the legendary things.
Yeah.
And in there, they said it was just 3 Pokemon that were caught in the fire, and then through sheer will force, whatever, turned into the legendary pets.
The legendary pets.
So, I'm just... It makes sense about the cats, but I definitely see Suicune as closer to a dog than a cat.
Yeah.
Other 2, totally see cats, but...
Yeah.
Okay, legendary pets.
You're right. I don't know. Granted, we looked it up on the internet, and
internet
everything
never lies.
on the internet's right. I just noticed changing the mic like this.
Yeah.
Significantly better.
Is it really?
Yeah.
For what?
Because remember that whole conversation of like the cardioid thing?
Yes.
So the reason it's called cardioid, cardiovascular, whatever, it's a heart shape. So it's literally there's a region right in front of the mic in the shape of a heart. I don't know why it's like that. It's like how the sound waves interact with it and whatever. And that's where it's most sensitive. Yeah. I always thought it was from the top.
It's like a spherical thing?
Yeah.
So like instead of it being like this, it's just literally this?
No. Well, it's gonna have some third dimension to a certain extent. But,
okay.
This is great content for the listeners because they know exactly what we're talking about.
Yep. Just if you watch Macaui's hand movements, he is very, very succinct in what he is saying.
Is this an audio podcast only?
Whoopsies. Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
We should probably move on to something else new in our lives that I remember because I looked at the list.
Yeah.
Powerless.
One of my new favorites.
And mine as well.
It's so good.
So tell us, Macaui, what is a Powerless?
What is a Powerless? So Powerless is a show made by DC Comics, and it's airing on NBC, starring the always beautiful Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh yeah, go Wildcats.
Can I say, when I saw High School Musical, it was... So I spent a year in Sudan in 6th grade. And TV there is very different. It's... America and Sudan don't get along. So
I don't doubt it. That's probably why they're not allowed in our country.
Yeah. So TV shows from there and movies and stuff didn't really filter into that until like years after they aired.
Okay.
And so I didn't know about this whole High School Musical craze. After spending that year in Sudan, fantastic year. Sudan is an amazing place, has its problems, but the loveliest people. I was kind of sad about it. So I was like, I don't want to leave. So what did I do? I just watched movies just to kind of calm myself until I came back. And then I came across this movie by accident called High School Musical. Didn't know what the hell it was.
Yep.
But I was like, oh, Disney. I remember Disney. I fell in love with Vanessa Hudgens.
Who didn't?
You have to be a real heartless person.
Or not attracted to women.
Or gay. That's fine too.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Or, you
can be attracted to Zac Efron. That's.
I mean, I'm as heterosexually attracted to Zac Efron as you can be.
He is
I
a beautiful
man when I see one.
He is a beautiful man. Yeah.
I mean, Corbin Blue's alright, but he's no Zac Efron.
Yo,
can we talk Ashley Tisdale?
I liked Vanessa Hudgens way more.
I know, but just, I have a thing for blondes, as you can tell.
Yeah.
But
Vanessa Hudgens was beautiful.
Hudgens,
I aspired to be Corbin Blue, though.
Do you?
That afro? Come on now. And he was just so cool.
I think you have to start jump roping to get the Corbin Blue afro.
You remember that movie, too? Jump In?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I was a Disney aficionado for many a year.
My man.
But it's gone downhill. After Good Luck Charlie, I just kind of dipped.
I like Good Luck Charlie.
But Wizards of Waverly Place, my jam.
Oh, I loved it so much.
Yeah. And it's funny, I was watching Bones the other day.
Yeah.
And the dad was a murderer on the show.
Really?
Yeah. And then Booth, which is the main character on the show.
Yeah.
His son talks about how much he loves Wizards of Waverly Place. And I'm like, you literally could have met the dad from the show. And I'm like, that's so really great. Funny. But, sorry, back to Powerless. Who else is in it other than the angel herself?
The angel Vanessa Hudgens herself, ladies and gentlemen. And also, two of my favorite actors. One of them is a comedian / actor. Danny Pudi.
Danny Pudi.
You ever watch Community? Are
you serious?
He's
my jam. Other than I didn't watch the 5th season because that would have been really loud. That was a good catch. I didn't watch the last season of Community, unfortunately, but it's just after the loss of Donald Glover and Chevy Chase. It's too much, people. We have to move past it. Yeah. But he is a hilarious individual, and he just brings so much to the show already.
He's a really good actor, too. Like, from Community specifically, he was really good at it. Or at playing just the most quirky.
Cool.
He was in Civil War, too. If you don't know, Danny Pudi is one half of Troy and Abed in the morning, at night. He was Abed. And one of my favorite comedians, Ron Funches. What a funny man.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Funches.
Funches?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go get me some Funches in a snack bag?
Exactly.
It definitely sounds like something you would pick up at a convenience store.
His name communicates just how much of a bundle of joy he is.
My first introduction to this man was when he was a dancing topless homeless man on New Girl.
A New Girl, yeah.
Ruining Winston's date.
Dude, okay, you need to watch his stand-up because... So Ron Funches is this... He used to be a very heavy-set black man. But he had the voice of, like, a schoolgirl. He was very giggly and, like,
He seems like a very happy individual.
Yeah. Smokes a ton of weed.
Of course.
And, relaxes. Cool dude, seems like. He, since then, trimmed down significantly. Like, significantly. I'm assuming for health reasons. So, you compare him now to, like, how he was. It's probably unrecognizable. Something I aspire to do because I'm fat.
Ditto.
I hate being fat, but it's okay. No, it's not. Just kidding.
We'll get past it. We will move right along.
Yeah. So he was like this, big guy, but he just super giggly and high-pitched voice, and he had just the funniest timing. Like, he's very slow with, like, how he sets up jokes. And a quick punchline. And then slow, and a quick punchline. And it worked really well. But I forgot where I was. Oh, Powerless.
Yes.
You want to talk about what the show's about?
I mean, you forgot one of the most important people,
Alan
Tudyk,
Tudyk
who,
Van Waynes.
yes, and is Wash from Firefly, Dutch from one of the Transformers. I don't remember because they all kind of run together.
Yeah.
The big old black robot from Rogue One. I don't remember his name.
I don't know.
Yeah, but he was funny in that. And Pirate Steve from Dodgeball.
I've only seen bits and pieces of
See,
Dodgeball.
it's such a good movie.
Is it?
I really like Vince Vaughn. My roommate doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, just hates Vince Vaughn, hates Zach Galifianakis.
What?
Yeah. So I was super happy when he liked the other movie because then I could rub it in his face. But yeah, so Alan Tudyk is hilarious. He plays a character called Van Wayne.
Yeah.
Who is the cousin of Bruce Wayne. But he is kind of the goofy, doesn't want to work hard, and wants to just be the big old boss man without doing any work. And something we can all aspire to be, just as minimal work and getting all the money and power and success in the world.
One of my favorite lines from him. If I knew I could fail upwards, I would have been doing it for years. Yeah, that's something we all aspire to.
Speaks to all our characters. But the show is just amazing. It's about Vanessa Hudgens' character, Emily?
I think so.
I just want to say Vanessa in my head. Let's just go with Vanessa. She moves to Charm City, which was completely made up for the show. Just didn't really exist in the DC universe.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, did I already say it was DC?
Yeah,
okay.
DC. And she moves there from a small town, and she's just going for the big company to work for, which is Wayne Security.
Mm-hmm.
And she is basically heading up the engineering team to create objects and things for the world to protect them against supervillains. And
I think the technical term is products.
Products, my apologies. Thingies.
Thingamajigs.
Exactly. And yeah, it's just a workplace comedy that's very reminiscent of a lot of earlier comedies that were on. What were you comparing it to? Like,
I think it's kind of reminiscent of like old school Disney Channel and Nickelodeon live action shows, but not as corny, but still corny purposefully, and more adult humor.
Yeah.
And so like it's corny on purpose because it's very bubbly and
there's no continuity between any of the other DC shows in the show.
Nothing.
So
that's
great. Pretty great.
Yeah.
Just means absolute creative freedom.
License.
That's the word. But I could definitely see it. I did have an opinion that I have since lost. Where did it go? I was seriously going to say something while you were talking, and I was like, well, I'll wait till he's done. And I did, and I forgot. And
Sorry.
I'm ashamed of my household.
Damn.
Yeah. So we'll move on. What have you... Oh, I do remember. So there was on Instagram yesterday, there was an AMA with all the cast.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how much they improvise on set. And so that kind of ties back to your sketch comedy shows or live comedy shows.
Yeah.
Where they're all just kind of going off the tip of their hat.
Mm.
I don't remember what the term is. But yeah, they're just kind of off the cuff. That's the word.
Yeah.
Just kind of freestyling it, and it's awesome. And it works really well. All the characters really seem to work well together.
Mm-hmm. They're
still growing. They only dropped the 3rd episode last night.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's going well. I'm really enjoying it. Plus, a spectacular opening.
Oh my god. What is it just called an opening or like the opening credits or theme music or
opening
theme?
Credits. I'm good with opening credits.
Opening theme. Yeah. The dopest opening theme. You want to describe it a little bit?
Yeah. So basically they took classic comic book covers.
Like Golden Age classic.
Like golden age. Like the first action comic of Superman saving the woman from the crushed car. But yeah, and inserting some of them, it looks very much like them. Mm-hmm. Like the Danny Pudi and
Ron Funches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're obviously just pasted into the comic book cover, but otherwise it looks like they're just art. It zooms in on these just background individuals on these covers. It's not Superman, it's not Flash, it's not Batman. It's just the citizens around them.
Yeah.
And giving them basically the roles giving the credit to the actors.
Yeah. Because, it's so freaking cool because, like, the whole theme, as John said, it's like, it's how normal people get by in a superhero world. Like a world full of superheroes and supervillains that constantly fight and destroy the cities and whatnot. And the show's just about how ordinary people get by day to day in that type of world. And so it follows like these people who work for Wayne Securities, and as John said already, they make the products that keep normal people safe from like the aftermath of certain
What's an example of something they made?
One of my favorites was the Joker anti-venom.
Yeah.
It was just a syringe with some kind of serum that counteracts the Joker's like laughing gas or whatever he calls it. And it showed this scene of just this one guy sticks it right into his thigh after like laughing hysterically, as you do when the Joker infects you, and then he's like, ha, and I'm like, yes, this is so good. It's just normal people getting by, and it's just it's really good. It's really well done, and I can gush on and on about it, huh?
I said I have high hopes.
Yeah.
Stay on for at least a little, like 2 seasons.
I would think so. Cause like without with all the confidence in the world, they go for the corny, which I think is amazing. Cause like
that's go for the corny. That's what we need in this life. After all the serious DC shows, we need a little funny in that universe.
Yeah. Cause like sometimes it's legitimately funny because it's just funny, and sometimes it's funny because they're obviously going for the corniest fucking joke. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I love shows that are very aware of that, and they don't take themselves too seriously. I feel like if we continue going on about this,
we could go for the entire time,
even past that.
So I'm going to move on to another DC staple.
Real quick though, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Please check out the show. Like even if you don't care for superhero stuff, just check it out. Try one
episode.
Most of you won't be disappointed. All right, sorry, you were saying?
All 15 of the 20 of you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was moving on to another DC success. That's the word I was looking for. Even though I started with an F. Success from the past 2 weeks. Lego Batman.
Ooh, baby.
The best Batman movie I have seen in a while.
Like in general, but just best Batman movie?
Yeah. Like
really?
Legitimately better than...
The Dark Knight trilogy?
Better than Begins.
Okay.
And better than Rises.
Okay. Fair enough.
But there's so many jokes. There's so many callbacks. And just laughing at themselves. Like, that's the beauty of it. It's Batman laughing at himself the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, he takes himself, he's also just so it's not Batman himself, but the people who made this movie are just laughing at what Batman has been in the past.
Yeah.
And using that as comedy toward the future. And I really I can't say how much I like this movie. Like, the original Lego movie was amazing. Just the entire concept of just having all the Lego universes exist in one. And continuing to fill our lives with childlike wonderment.
Yeah.
Because there's probably some kids that prefer dolls and race cars and baseballs to Legos, but to those of us that grew up just building Legos in our spare time, it was amazing. And this is a definite betterment on the series. Nice. I think it was, and just the fact that it was Batman on top of Lego.
Yeah.
Two of my true loves in this world combined into one, and with a star-studded cast like none other.
Will Arnett with the dope-ass Batman voice.
Yes. Right? We had Siri playing his computer.
Really?
Yep, the voice actor who did Siri playing his computer. We had the legendary Ray Fiennes play Alfred Pennyworth.
What?
But not Voldemort. For some reason, Voldemort was in the movie, but the guy who played Voldemort in the movies did not voice Voldemort, and it just ticked me off like none other.
That's pretty funny.
But we can move past it. We also had Michael Cera, who played one of my favorite characters, Scott Pilgrim. Yes, sir.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Rosario Dawson.
Who did Michael Cera play, though?
Robin.
Which Robin? Did they ever discuss
Richard,
it?
Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson? Oh, really?
So one of the best jokes in the movie was he was introducing himself to Bruce Wayne at this gala.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, Batman, my name's Richard Grayson, but the kids call me Dick. And Batman's like, yeah, kids can be cruel. And I was like, this is amazing. And, but yeah, that was one of the funniest jokes in the movie.
Nice.
I didn't deliver nearly as to the Michael Cera Arnett team, but just so many awesome people.
Yeah.
And
Rosario Dawson, you said?
Yes, she played Barbara Gordon / Batgirl.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And then we had Zach Galifianakis as our Joker.
Really?
Which is why I said earlier I was really excited when Brian liked the movie because he says he doesn't like Zach Galifianakis movies where he did. And I just shoved it in his face.
Caught him.
But yeah, so I was really excited about that, and it was just so many people in this movie, and the different cameos of like there were Daleks from Doctor Who, there was Voldemort, there was King Kong, Channing Tatum as Superman.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he voices Superman.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what?
This is an animated movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a random real person Superman, even though he would be a pretty good fit.
No, I thought you meant like Channing. They made Channing like, you know how they refer to actual shit in the movies, like the Lego movies, like real life people.
Oh yeah.
I thought, never mind, that was a stupid
Got it.
association. Anyway, continue.
And yeah, it was a story of Batman, an orphan, just learning to have and love a family again, and the struggles that encompass that. And it was just a lot of fun, good message. Everyone I was in the theater with was laughing a good majority of the movie.
Yeah.
And I can't recommend it enough.
Nice, dude. That's solid, man. I
actually convinced you to want to go see it.
Yeah, because I never saw the Lego movie.
Okay.
I mean, I saw the appeal. So going back to what you were saying earlier, like, you know, growing up, you played with Legos. I never really got into Legos. I was more into like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I always saw the appeal, and I always respected people that can build dope shit with Legos.
Yeah.
And so I guess because I didn't grow up with it, I just really didn't care about it.
Fair enough.
But I after hearing your review of it, after hearing a few other reviews online and stuff, I want to watch it because I love when DC doesn't take themselves so seriously. Like, I think I know you pretty well. I think you're a DC fanboy over Marvel.
Definitely.
Yeah. Me too. I love DC. I think they build characters a little better.
Yeah.
Storylines, sometimes they can use some work, but sometimes they just go too dark. I'm like, it's okay to like crack a joke about Batman.
Definitely. And that was one of the other funny parts that I really enjoyed was like the Joker was hijacking this plane, right? And the pilot's just not scared at all, and he's like, I'm stealing your plane. Like, this is going to happen. And he's like, yeah, but what about Batman's going to stop you? There's no doubt in my mind that Batman is just going to stop you.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, he's not. When has he ever done that? And he's like, what about the thing with the two boats? Making a reference to the Dark Knight. And I was just like, this is amazing. And then in the beginning, there was Batman. No, in the beginning of the movie, there was this, like, all the production logos and everything, but it's Batman narrating throughout it.
Yeah.
And so it's like Warner Bros. Or Bros. No, Brothers. I think it was Brothers. And then DC, the house Batman built. And
oh, that's pretty.
Take
that's
that,
clever.
Superman.
Oh shit,
and
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I would. Anyway, continue.
What would you argue?
I prefer Batman over Superman. Not because I recognize that Batman is kind of a sociopath, but I do like a character that has very obvious flaws.
Yes.
Superman is more relatable, but he's not as flawed as Batman. Sorry, continue. So, but I do believe they built DC. Anyway, that's not important. Anyway, you're saying?
Just a overall star cast, and I don't know what else I can say about this movie that I haven't already. It's amazing, and you need to go see it if you have ever just had any inclination of enjoying Batman or Legos.
Okay. Yeah. It was definitely on my list. I really want to see Moonlight first before it's out of theaters.
See what?
Moonlight. It's a movie that won a few Golden Globes. It's Cottonmouth from Luke Cage.
I've watched one episode of Luke Cage.
What?
Yeah,
Damn it.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I'm still not through it.
No worries. Shit. What else was he in?
I assume he was one of the crime bosses.
Yeah, but he was in a ton of other stuff, and I'm sure you've seen it before. Anyway, it's like this movie about this it's about this black family and this from what I gathered from it. I didn't look into it too much because I don't like to read reviews before I watch a movie I really want to watch.
Yeah.
Like La La Land. Oh, I love that movie so much. But anyway, it's basically a coming of age story of like this young black boy and how like things at home in Miami between his mom and dad and just how shitty his life situation is. it's basically just how he grows up and becomes the person who he is, and it just has amazing reviews, just like nonstop, and people keep on saying it's just shot so beautifully and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I'm hooked. Like this is, but it's been out for a while, so that's on my list first.
Okay.
And then Lego Batman. Yeah.
We better hurry up, otherwise Wonder Woman's gonna take precedence over Lego Batman, because that comes out soon, doesn't it?
No. Wonder Woman I think is July.
Okay.
Yeah, the closest thing is gonna be Logan. Oh, I'm excited for that so much.
Yeah, that comes out next month.
Yeah, March 3rd.
Sweet. Man, everything's happening on March 3rd.
Yeah, what else is happening March 3rd?
The Switch is dropping.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm so excited. Not that I'll have one for a good year or so, because everyone friggin' pre-ordered them day of, and no one else has had a chance. So, yeah, I really want one. But rounding off our DC topic, McCowie, what comic did you read this week?
Okay, so everybody hold on to your mother socks. I'm getting so good at censoring myself.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
Yeah, but I keep hearing it, so it's like you're not that good.
True.
I mean, you're definitely better. I'll give you that.
You're right.
Yeah, no. Go on with what you were saying. With
I don't even want to talk anymore.
I'm holding my mother flipping socks.
Oh, no, I don't want to.
All right, fine, I'll talk.
Just kidding.
So McCowie read books, and he seemed to like them. Moving right along.
No, I want to talk about it. Okay. DC Rebirth. Okay. Again, it's been 2 months, so maybe people have forgotten. DC Rebirth is basically like they call it Rebirth because it's not really a reboot of the DC universe. It's kind of a continuation pre-New 52, which happened in 2011. But anyway, they basically have a ton of new comic book titles since they introduced DC Rebirth, one of which was released earlier this week on Wednesday, and it's called DC Rebirth Super Sons. And it
like
deals...
the big shiny thing in the sky? Sons?
No. Sons, S-O-N-S.
Got it.
Like children. Okay. And it's basically the partnership of Damian Wayne, who's the current Robin, Damian Wayne being the son of Bruce Wayne, son of Batman.
Who's the mom?
Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
Awesome.
Yeah, so okay, all I'm gonna say about that relationship, it's so interesting because like in some storylines she drugs him and like does shit to him, and another storyline they're like, it's a weird like kind of Romeo and Juliet but really freaking deadly type of situation. It's a really cool backstory, and how Damian came to be is just as interesting because it really is all about how Talia al Ghul, who's supposed to be on her father's side,
right,
starts developing feelings for Batman and vice versa.
Yeah.
And so the partnership between the current Robin, Damian Wayne, and Superboy,
which is John
Kent.
John Kent. Junior. Or no. What would he be, like the second? How does the whole thing work? Because Superman's father is John Kent, and Superman's son is John Kent.
Oh, okay. I really don't know how that would work. I guess the second, but I guess if you're separated by a generation, does that really matter?
Probably not.
I don't know. But anyway, so Superboy, John Kent, he is the son of Superman from, I forgot which Earth it was, but it's from a different Earth. Because the Superman in the main Earth that DC Rebirth happens in, grammar's tough. The Superman of the main Earth dies, and Superman from another Earth from a parallel dimension comes in to kind of save the day,
Yeah.
Or not save the day. He realized Superman of this Earth died. He needs to take his place because anyway, he takes whatever. Blah blah blah. Him and Lois Lane from the other Earth have a kid. They move to the main Earth. I think it's Earth 1. I don't know why I said the main Earth so many times. To take place of the original Superman, and they raise their boy there.
Okay.
What?
I have a question.
Yes, John.
Tell me how the Chinese Superman fits into this universe.
I haven't read that storyline yet. From my understanding, from what I've read,
he's called New Superman. Or the book is, at least. Is it?
Yeah.
But he's
from
American
my understanding
Chinese.
Is like there's a handful of people, and I could be totally wrong because I haven't read it yet, but it's on my list as well of things to read. I hear amazing things about like the main Superman storyline.
Yeah.
Like Superman and Batman, the Rebirth storylines have been fantastic. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. the way he factors in, from what I've gathered, it's like a bunch of people with either Kryptonian blood of some sort running through their veins. In the case of Lex Luthor, he literally builds a mech suit that mimics the powers of Superman,
Right.
and that's how you have multiple Supermen and women.
Got it.
Some with Kryptonian DNA, others that build it, or
Got it.
in the case of Lois Lane, I think inherits those powers somehow through Clark Kent. But yeah, so Super Sons is basically the partnership between John Kent and Damian Wayne, and it's so cool because John Kent, he's like this, just super optimistic, happy kid who just goes to school, hangs out with his friends, stands up for kids that are getting bullied. Damian Wayne is like this gritty, like I go against the grain, I break all the rules type of kid. And from the first issue, it follows like John going to school. He sees these kids bullying one of his friends on the bus. He, stands up for him, blah, blah, blah. And then later on, he comes across Damien, who was dressed up as the bus driver, because apparently Damien knew how to drive since he was 5, and he knew everything about geology since he was like 8, because the week before that, he substituted as their geology teacher to keep track of John to see what he was doing.
Wow.
And it's basically that the issue itself picks up like they're like running from a bunch of like, they look like androids that are dressed as them.
Okay.
And then it goes back to like a few days prior before the team up, and then shows kind of how it builds up. At the end of the school day, John goes back home, tells his parents, Superman and Lois, what happened, and they're like, oh, we're so proud of you for standing up for your friends and standing up against bullies, blah blah blah. Heartwarming stuff. And at the end of the night, he goes to bed, and then who's at his window? Damian Wayne. And he's like, hey, do you want to go save the world? And that's basically it. They're like breaking the rules and stuff. There's a spoiler at the end. Well, it's not really that big of a spoiler. Lex Luthor finds them scaling a wall in Metropolis, and they're like, you shouldn't be out here. And then it just ends there. I'm like, oh, it's so good. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm all over the place because I love this story so much.
That's so cool.
Did any of that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it just sounds like a partnership between two old teammates and their brood. It's probably not the right word.
Yeah.
Their offspring.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I always love when they do that in any sort of comic book, just bringing the family into it. Other than when they put them in danger, because, that happens being super folk. But.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And what really made it, what's it called? Shit, I lost my train of thought so hard right there. But the train was chugging along, and
was there any other comics from the Rebirth that you were intrigued in reading or excited about? Because I know JLA came out this week too.
Mm-hmm.
But
JLA,
I did not get my hands on that one.
Yeah. I didn't get my hands on that one, but I got my hands on Batwoman. I think her name is Kathy Kane, I think. Yeah. So I haven't read it yet, but it seems pretty cool.
Yeah. I didn't get to finish. Right before I think our last recording, I got Justice League versus Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
Number 1.
Have you read it?
I've read 1 through 5
okay.
of a 6-part series. I totally forgot, but it was a weekly series, so it just booked right through. And I totally forgot to pick up the last issue, which is kind of dumb on my part. But where I got to, the Justice League was possessed by some evil dude. So the Suicide Squad, again, became the good guy. And as the underdogs fighting the Justice League, anyone is the underdog fighting the Justice League.
Yeah.
But it's just really exciting story. It's not the best I've ever read, but it's still a fun read.
Yeah.
But nothing too serious there. Probably just going to get that 6th issue, read it, and move right along with the new Batmans that are coming out here shortly, because I am so excited that they are going to start introducing. So the big spoiler of the Rebirth happening was that the Watchmen were somehow involved. And Watchmen being one of my all-time favorite comic books written by Alan Moore, I couldn't be more excited. And so now they're finally getting into that aspect of the Rebirth in these new issues of like 21 and on of Batman, and I'm sure elsewhere in the Rebirth universe. So I'm super excited and holding out for those.
Yeah, dude.
Fingers crossed they don't suck.
you know what else I hear? Or Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah. I read like the first, I think, 2 issues, and I mean, it starts off pretty slow, but
Of course.
actually really. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited for that too. But no, yeah, just kind of to conclude this, Super Sons is just so it kind of, I don't know. It's gonna sound really corny, but like it takes you back to like when you're a kid, and just like causing all the
as much trouble as possible.
as much trouble as possible. All the shenanigans that follow. All that stuff. So it's like reminiscent of like simpler. God, it sounds weird when I say it like that. I'm like, back in my day. But
I see where you're coming from.
It's just a fun read.
Yeah. Don't need to have drama galore in all these books. It's good to just have a nice, fun, and not too serious story.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the last 2 things, but I feel so bad that we go so long on these.
Yeah.
So I say we just say extended cut, barely better than the original.
Extended cut of what?
Suicide Squad. I was getting there. Give me a minute.
Well,
McCowie.
No.
So yeah, Suicide Squad. It's like maybe 10 minutes longer, and it has maybe 6 more scenes. Yeah.
Really?
It's nothing serious.
That's stupid.
But you get to know Killer Croc a little more, and you get to know the relationship between Harley and Joker a little more.
Oh, okay.
So it's important, but again, it's like the extended special edition of Indiana Jones. That it was like 23 extra seconds of screen time, like nothing serious at all. Yeah. And Legion, we watched last week. It was finally to get off the DC train. Sorry about that, folks. It's just, as you can see, McCowie and I are definitely more DC guys than Marvel.
Yeah.
But Legion dropped, and it is trippy as trippy goes as far as TV shows.
Can I say, though?
Yes.
Beautiful show.
Beautiful, except for that creepy little demon with the yellow eyes that haunts my nightmares.
Even his creepy ass design. Like I don't think I've seen a superhero show as beautifully shot as Legion was. Like it's straight out of a movie.
It is. But I feel like they spent all their money on the pilot.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
We'll see how that goes. And just again hoping for the best, because we don't want anyone to fail as far as comic book and superhero shows go, because if that happens, then they'll probably stop funding them and stop making them, which at this point it's kind of hard. It's kind of going to be hard to stop making these things because everyone's making them all the time.
Yeah. Do you think comic book, like superheroes and stuff like that, have become kind of like modern day American mythology, kind of like Greek and Roman mythology?
Yes, but it's not something that we like legitimately believe in like they did. Like how
like worship and stuff.
Yeah, like
you're right.
These are stories that have become the modern mythos of America.
You're right.
Whereas with the Romans, that was their
gods.
Yeah,
like
form of worship. Which, if you look at the purchasing rates of superhero type things, it's close to worship.
It's pretty close.
But yeah, so I think we are going to cut it off, folks. We are going to keep you holding your breath for next time, which we promise will come a lot sooner.
Next week.
I'm
keeping us accountable.
Okay. Keep us in line.
John, where can they follow us?
They can follow us at We're Not Cool, period, on Facebook.
Or if you don't want to type that in, I recently learned, really stupid, but Facebook kind of works similar to Twitter in that if you literally search up at possiblydope, it pulls up the same thing.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So speaking of which, again, Twitter at possiblydope. Where else?
And YouTube, which is where you're listening to this, at We're Not Cool Podcast.
Yep. And if you want to email us, it's possiblydope@gmail.com. Again, possiblydope wherever we use it, spelled normally, possiblydope. So at possiblydope for Facebook and Twitter, possiblydope@gmail.com for email.
We're Not Cool Podcast on YouTube and Facebook. If you want to, We're Not Cool, period. Sorry.
Yeah.
Totally screwed it up. But yeah, thanks for listening. We apologize for the long time because we shoot for an hour and sometimes we just give you a little extra, little bonus for sticking it out with us.
Yep.
So thank you much, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.